Good morning. Welcome to West Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Clyde Goins. I'm the assistant minister here, and you guys can see that this isn't Reverend Sharon. Reverend Karen.
It's not Sharon either.
So we have some beautiful guests this morning. I'll be sharing a little information about them here in just a second. I just want to give a couple of quick announcements. So the service is going to be just a little different. We're going to do a quick introduction, go over the announcements, and then we're going to turn over the service to Armand and Angelina. So our announcements first is the thrift store is open right after service. So get some food, buy some gifts, and then come back in here because Armand and Angelina are going to have a flute workshop after the service. So it'll be in here just after we have a little bit of a break and get some snacks. Also want to remind everybody that the parking lot sale, our fundraiser for this year is coming up. It'll be next Saturday. And so Julie is looking for volunteers on who wants to help bring in baked goods. It's going to be the 28th on a Saturday. And we're going to be, Julie's looking for volunteers, so she's going to be coming around and talking to you about that. And then also the men are going to be selling hot dogs and snacks and stuff like that. We're going to have a booth out there as well. And then finally, we're going to have a booth that we're going to be selling stuff. So Reverend Karen bought a spot, and so you can bring in stuff to sell for yourself and put that stuff out there to sell in that same spot that Reverend Karen bought. Or if you're donating it to the church, you can bring it in and we'll take care of it, and we're going to sell it, and that money the proceeds go to the center. So either way, if you have any questions, come and see me about selling. So either you can sell it yourself or you can donate to the church. But that's going to be on March the 28th. So it's coming up, that big event. Also want to remind everybody to remember, save the date on Sunday the 29th. After service on Sunday, it's Meet the Minister. So Reverend Karen's going to have her Meet the Minister meeting with anybody that wants to join her and have any questions about the center, about what we teach, about our spiritual principles. So that'll be right after service on the 29th. And then also one last announcement is that on Sunday, is always the fourth Sunday, is going to be our Crystal Bowl service or Crystal Bowl meditation with Dr. Kay Fontana. And so that'll be always on the fourth Sunday of the month. So that's all of our announcements. Now I get the great pleasure of introducing these beautiful people here, Armand in the beautiful purple, and then Angelina in the beautiful purple outfit as well. So the beautiful looking. So they've come to our center. Actually, I've seen them at least twice, if not more. And we've got to. And so they've come back to visit us again. So Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspires us to love life passionately. And then Angelina's angelic and heart-opening voice draws from many languages. She is classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with the Epcot Center. They are international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. And so you are invited to just sit back and just experience this beautiful service that they are going to provide for us and reminding us of the truth of who we are. So please welcome Armand and Angelina.
Delighted to be back. My records say we haven't been here for 2.5 years, but it doesn't feel that long. But I do know we were here on Halloween weekend because I remember Reverend Clyde's roller coaster outfit that he had. Costume. That was fun to have that costume contest on the Sunday when we were here. So I'll bring a little humor in. Yesterday when I got here, the lighting that was on that hand was kind of green, and I saw it coming in. I thought it was from the Addams Family thing. But now it doesn't look at all like that, but it did when it was green anyway. All right, so we're going to do a joy song about finding heaven on earth through finding peace within yourself. We had the pleasure of going to the Mahatma Gandhi Museum in South Houston a few years ago and found out how much in alignment he was with New Thought, even though he may not have known it. But he was definitely very, very much in alignment. He talked about finding peace within. I posted something yesterday on Facebook that said, I'm going to find peace. I don't have time to be full of hatred. I don't have time to be full of angst. I'm going to make peace my message. I'm going to find it no matter what's going on in the world. And somebody wrote me early this morning, you can't find peace unless you make certain political things happen. And I felt very sad for them because that is no way to find peace if external circumstances and situations are going to be the thing that you need to go a certain way. How many people have ever felt like if this goes okay, I'll be happy? And then you found a way, if it didn't okay, to find your happiness anyway. And that's the trick. So we're going to be singing a song called Make Peace, and your words go like this. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. I just noticed. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. If every journey begins with a single step, I'm taking my first step now. If we are to be the change that we want to see, I'm changing myself now. Always a good place to start, the mirror. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right, we're gonna get a little funky. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yeah. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yo, 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 don't wait for peace to come. Be the change that you want to see. Gandhi said that, yo. So we're going to do a little bit of musical meditation now, just to quiet the mind and get us more connected to the peace. You know, we don't have to become more conscious because we are conscious beings. We can't help it. It's just who we are. We are one with spirit, one with mind, so there's nobody more conscious than another. But we can become more awake to our divine consciousness, and quieting and meditation is a great way to do that. Just to remember, as Alan Watts says, we're playing hide and go seek, and when we meditate, we remember who we are and where we are. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am. Peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am. Peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And we invite you now to breathe into that peace, and our awareness of our oneness with all that is. As we journey through this sacred game of life, it's important to remember and stay awake to the truth of who we are. Spirit incarnating into this body and mind for the adventure. We come to this sanctuary to gather, to remember who we are, and to remind each other of that truth. Eternally an expression of the one mind. Melt into the silence.
Well, the next thing I want to ask is going to take us a little bit deeper dive in, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the break here, and then we'll come back and start off with that. As my guests are David and Shirley Quine, and we're visiting about Cornerstone Curriculum, which is, I guess we call essentially an entity of business, but it is a ministry first and foremost, and it is one that brings wonderful curriculum from a biblical worldview, particularly to homeschoolers, although certainly they would love, and I'm sure others have used it too, besides the homeschooling audience. And so check that out. CornerstoneCurriculum.com is the website. They're great. Sponsor the Plumb Line, and it makes for a great partnership because as I have perused the website and just talked to them a bit, our hearts are both in the very same place, desiring to see young people brought up with this biblical worldview and this love for the Lord and passion to follow and obey him. And so I'm very thankful to my guests here, thankful for their sponsorship, and I would love it if you'd reach out and connect with them. CornerstoneCurriculum.com. Stay tuned. We have much more to come on the Plumb Line.
If this is you, you will be glad you reached out to us. Your spouse who handled the finances just died and you are frightened or uncertain. You are concerned about your retirement planning. Will we outlive our money? Can we leave a financial legacy to our children? The stock market is making you very nervous. You wonder if there is a better way. You are looking for sound, godly financial advice from a fiduciary professional with more than 40 years of experience. You do not want your estate to go through probate or conservatorship. You want your heirs' inheritances protected.
Very gently now,
And toxic spouses. You have concerns
bring your
about
attention
fiduciaries' money
to
management.
this time and place,
BPS Wealth Management is a
your physical body,
advisor firm located in Phoenix,
this physical world.
serving clients in several states. Call us for a no-cost, no-obligation conversation about your financial concerns or to get answers to your questions.
With a deeper
623-537-3657.
awareness
That's 623-537-3657.
of who you are,
EPSRIA LLC is a registered investment
the
advisor.
real
Services
you.
are only offered to clients or prospective clients where EPSRIA
Thank you, Father, Mother, God. And we say together, and so it is. Amen.
Global Care Alliance, we believe in showing God's love by meeting the needs of people living in challenging
All right, so just take a deep breath and feel all of that wonderful, yummy stuff. And let it out, and we're just going to enjoy our rest of our service.
It feels like I'm at some kind of a retreat, and we're all here gathered at this retreat. It's like the energy in here is just really powerful. So thank you for being a part of that. Wow.
Well, our talk today is healthy relationship an oxymoron?
Has anybody ever
Sounds
felt
funny,
that
right?
way? It's like, wait a second, how does this work? That's our biggest challenge. Our biggest challenge is to deal with other humans. One great speaker, I don't know who it was, but maybe it was Winston Churchill. He said, "Heaven and hell are other people." And we've all experienced a feeling of heaven and hell depending on how we connect and how we are at effect by other people. You know, I like oxymorons. I think they're fun. You know, like jumbo shrimp. It's a fun one. What's the other one? Patiently waiting. Constructive criticism. Well, here's the reason I didn't say that is because we were in Melbourne, Florida, performing at a Unity Church. Now, Melbourne and that Titusville area is a very large military area. And I got letters from that joke, even though I believe that humor should be an equal opportunity offender. And so it doesn't matter, but yes, and we know that on some level, we pray for more intelligence in the military with the decisions they're making. But yeah, that was my favorite one, and I got a letter, as always has happened since I was a little kid. There's always some kind of letter about Armand in school, you know.
So we're just going to give some tools and experience of how we can have a relationship that's healthy. And it's not just a partner, beloved relationship. It could be a family member relationship, co-workers. And so we're just going to kind of give you some skills, tools. I guess it's more tools.
Yeah, so we've been together over 25 years, and we've had a chance to practice many different tools to make sure that we stay in some kind of a harmony and balance, even when our egos are in conflict with each other. And so we study a guy named Greg Bear, who wrote the Real Love Material, and it's our favorite relationship work, the Real Love Material. And so one of the things he says is that if you want to be in healthy relationship, you need to recognize that every single person that you're dealing with has the freedom of choice. You know, we can't control. Who's ever tried to control other people? It's very inviting, and we can't control other people. So they have the choice to make their decisions
Right.
and on their own.
For example, I like the bed made in the morning. When you get up out of bed, make the bed. Armand does not like to make the bed, and he has that choice. So I make the bed, and because I want it made, and I don't make him wrong that he doesn't want it made.
Exactly. Now, I do make it now because I read something in a book recently that said the sooner you can create some kind of a task and finish it in the morning, the quicker your brain will give you a little stimulation, it's like a little shot of espresso. And I said, and they said, making the bed is a great way, because what happens is you get a reward for finishing a project. Your brain goes, good job. Bing! And so he basically says, the sooner you can do something like make the bed, brush your teeth, put some water on your face, do something like that, those extra little rewards, and it'll
Get
stimulate
out of your
you.
pajamas.
That's a different story. That's hard. That's really that'll be my next challenge. Is
Well,
getting
I
out
would
of
say
pajamas.
I was raised that you get up, you make the bed. You can't go out and play until you made the bed, and to get out of your pajamas because you know you have to start your day. And so there's a front and a back to everything. So I'm a little more like even if it's like 10 o'clock and I'm still in my pajamas, I'm like, oh, sorry, Dad, because it's so embedded in my brain that's what I'm supposed to do. And yet, so I have more of and you have more freedom in that regards.
And we find that balance, and that's the whole deal about the law of expectations and things like that. When you think, oh, this person should be making the bed, I make the bed, it makes me feel good. They should be making the bed, and what do we know happens if you have expectations? What does it lead to?
Disappointment.
Yeah, it's a fast track to disappointment. We do a lot of theme parks because we live in Orlando, and so we like to get into the fast lane or the fast pack or the queue or whatever like that. And that's when I think of expectations. Yeah, that's a quick pass to disappointment, because then you're not only expecting something to happen, you have an attachment with that. And so we've been practicing lots of tools. One of the tools that we like to use is to take a moment, and before we take out our anxiety on each other, to take a moment to figure out what's really going on. In other words, go from react to respond. And sometimes the difference between react and respond can be just a couple of seconds, a breath. It's amazing what even one or two breaths, when we get stressed out, a lot of times I say, I need my 2 breaths. And we'll meet anywhere. We try to do that a lot because we're together all the time.
It really shifts the energy, too.
It does. We see people all the time. We give them a big hug. I see her 12 times a day and we don't hug. That's not right. So we said, let's, when we pass each other in the house or whatever, take a moment to breathe that. And that helps you. So what is your favorite tool when you're not happy with me?
Oh, well, I have several.
Oh, you have several. It takes a village. No, she needs a lot. Yeah, I'm a high maintenance person. Yeah, I admit that.
Well, and I also have an inner Medusa in me, so I know that. I think it happened during menopause, and so when I feel that, I have to have some tools so I don't blow up and create and start a strong disagreement. So I found that I can feel when I'm starting to get like this, if I don't leave the room, I'm going to blow up, and then it just is never good. So I tell Armand, I'm going to leave the room right now. I'm not abandoning what's going on in our discussion here, but if I don't leave right now, we're not going to be happy. And so I go outside, and I sit in my chair, and I sit there until I can calm down and figure out what's going on. Is this just my stuff and something that's, up for me because it's my stuff? Or do I need to go back in and we need to talk about it because it's both our stuff? And most of the time it's just my stuff. So, and I never go back in until I resolve it in myself. And I come in and I say, you know what, it was just me, my stuff. And
90% of the time while she's gone, I'm thinking how I said what I said, what she was going through in the moment, and can see that I worded it in a way that might not have been as honoring, and that little pause. I remember when she started going through the change. What I learned was that I had to become more mindful because she was expanding from princess to queen. That's what I really believe that is all about. The female change is expanding from princess to queen, or a fairy to goddess. And it's scary sometimes when somebody makes that dramatic shift in consciousness and you're still where you were. And my biggest help in that deal was actually becoming more mindful of what I was going to say, where she was in the moment. It made me, like Jack Nicholson said in that movie, As Good as It Gets, you make me want to be a better man. You make me have to be a better man because she was evolving at the speed of light. And I really believe that's why that little pause, that moment before you speak, is very valuable. I really believe that's why they call it men pause, because it can, you know what? I'm getting a strange hit
Okay.
to do that song.
Oh, really?
It just came to me. We've never done it on the Sunday morning.
No, we haven't.
But we didn't do it last night.
No, we did not.
Do you feel like it?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do, this is the comedic part of our message. I wrote a song for her once I figured out that my challenge with her in this evolutionary phase was my stuff. It was my stuff. I had to work on me, and then I would be able to vibe with her more, because again, if she's moving faster down the road and I say, what's wrong with her? And I try to pull her vehicle back versus speed up myself so I can be there parallel with her again. So I wanted to write her a song about this amazing growth spurt she was having. I found out that if you want to make steel stronger after you take it out of the ground, you have to temper it. That's why he'll say tempered steel. You know what that means? Heat it up. She was heating up. Okay? I also found out that in indigenous communities, when a woman went through the change, they would have celebration and honoring and bonfires and ritual to honor the goddess growing and evolving. And it challenged people that wanted people to stay the same. So I learned more and more how powerful what was happening with her. She was just really growing at the speed of light. So this is called...
Right, so I'm just going to interrupt there too,
Yes.
and that's why we've been together 25 years, and so we really, we're much different than we were 25 years ago, and so we have had to learn to grow together in our, in our togetherness of who we are and where we are in our growth.
And compromise is a great thing, a Congress is like a relationship. They need to learn to compromise, We need to find out what you're into, how can we find something that we can all be into? All these things are relationships.
And communication is probably one of the most important things in a relationship. And I know, for me, I wasn't always able to express what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling. And Armand taught me how to do that. So thank you.
Yeah, she never would get angry in the old days, and she is so good at it now.
Oh, no.
Because that is a powerful, wonderful force. Healthy anger is really a form of divine discontentment. If you don't have divine discontentment, you can't get out of a relationship that's not working right. You can't get out of a job that's not working right for you. Anything that's not going to help you become who you most want to be, there will be a divine discontentment. But it's actually a form of healthy anger, pointing you, this isn't working for us anymore. We want to move on. And that's a beautiful thing. Anger gets a bad rap because of the shadow side of anger, but it's often not heralded as the opportunity to make a change, to say, I don't like the system the way it is. This group of people are marginalized. You get divinely discontent about that marginalization, and you do action to make it happen, and activity, and voting, and protest, or whatever. That's all a form of divine discontentment / healthy anger. Okay.
All right.
I love it.
You
Let's
ready?
do it.
All right.
She used to be pretty.
What?
Now she's prettier.
Okay.
now she's lovelier.
Aw, thanks.
She's getting better every day, and I'm loving her in whole new ways. She used to be funny, and now she's funnier. She used to be sexy,
Okay, now.
and now she's sexier. I'll take your mood swings and your hot flashes too, as long as I can go through all the changes with you. You're hotter than ever. Menopause girl, she's hotter than ever. She's power surging my world. I used to be so happy, now I'm happier. I used to be devoted, now I'm... Oh, thank you, devoted. I knew it was there. I'll take your mood swings and your hot flashes too. I'll even go and buy some bioidentical hormones from a compound pharmacy for you. I got that from Oprah. You're hotter than ever. Menopause girl, you're not able to do this yet. Yeah, menopause girl. She's hot flashing my world.
All right.
So the whole point for me of sharing that with you was thinking that there is something wrong with another person because they are triggering you, going within and find out what's going on with you. What is this telling you? What Abraham Hicks calls your internal GPS. Why is my internal GPS telling me something right now? And a lot of times, like Angelina says, it's something that we need to heal so we don't get triggered and feel that way about that situation. And so I turned my original discomfort, this was all the way back in 2003 that this happened. She was very, very young. I remember she said to me, she says, Armand, I'm 41 years old. Aren't I a little young to be going through this change? And I said, dude, be very careful with what you say right now. So I took that moment, I took that man pause, and I said, you're going through this at such a young age because you are so evolved.
That was nice.
Worked.
That was
worked.
good.
That worked.
Yes.
Thank you. That worked. So I talked a little tiny bit about this last night, this idea of consciousness and how to connect more and more with your consciousness. And one of the things we do in relationship is we've been trying not to correct each other as much. You want to be in an unhealthy relationship, correct each other all the time because you're always bickering. And 99% of the times you're correcting, you could just choose to be kind over being right. You've all heard that. If you have to choose between being kind and being right, choose being kind and you'll be right. And so we have this little thing that we do where I'll say, hey, I would really like to go to Animal Kingdom today. And she'll say,
I want to go to Epcot.
and I'll say, oh my God, so do I. I just wasn't conscious of it at the time. We talked about that later. And it really, really works well because on some level, we're all one. And so if that's what she wants to do, then there's a part of me that wants to do that too. And if it's not important, it's a great way to create more healthy environments. Okay.
So there's other tools too. Like we studied love languages. Anyone familiar with that? So it's really a good thing to know what your love languages are and what your partner's are. Or, it could be a family member as well. So like mine is quality time and touch, hold my hand. And when I was first married, my husband didn't do that at all. He gave me gifts, of jewelry or this or that. And I didn't really want that. I just wanted to sit down and have quality time with him. But if I'd known about the love language then and know that when he was giving me gifts, that's his way of showing me love, it would have been an easier thing to grab and grasp and be okay with. But it really was hard to understand, why won't he just sit with me. I don't want that. I want you to sit with me.
And even just learning your love languages with the people you're in a relationship and learning what theirs are. Because the natural tendency is, if your love language is receiving gifts, that's what makes you feel loved by people, then you want to give other people gifts so they'll feel loved the way you feel. But that's not the way it is. And, y'all could have talked. But then again, they might still be together, so I'm glad you didn't. I'm really glad y'all didn't talk.
And then there's other things like the Enneagram or Myers-Briggs. So if you know like someone, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Enneagram, but there's numbers from 1 to 9 that are personality and behavior traits. So it's kind of good to know. Like I'm a 2, so I'm a helper, and the negative part of that is I don't take care of myself because I'm doing for everyone else. And so it's just good, something like that. If you knew someone's number, you'll know when they're in their negative behavior and maybe why that is, and talk about that.
And one of the things that was the biggest challenge for us is that she recharges in solitude and being at home and being nesting.
Introvert.
And I recharge like this, being out, performing, meeting people, saying hi, letting everybody know that none of you are strangers to me, you're all my friends. And I tended to say, I'm going to make this will be good for both of us, and so do as much as possible. And then I realized we got into this little tug of war. We had to find this balance, and balance is so important. You know, there's so many. Brene Brown, any Brene Brown fan? She does great work on relationship. Oh, she said a couple of things to me that really hit, and one of them was, because does anybody overly trust people even after they prove they're not really trustworthy? You know, we're optimists. We think it's going to be okay. I just recently did that with a friend of mine that I'd split up with like 3 or 4 times over our relationship. And then he says, hey, I was thinking about you the other day, and I forgot every problem we ever had. And, you know, I believe in forgiveness. I mean, it's one of the things we're learning on this planet. But I don't really believe in forgetting. Because, you know, if you forgive something, but you forget, then you set yourself up for another thing like that. You know, like if there's a big pothole in a road and you drive down that and it busts the heck out of your tire, and you can forgive that pothole, but you don't drive down that road anymore because it's there. And so Brene says this, everybody deserves your love because we are all one big loving mind, but not everybody deserves your trust. You want to have healthy relationships? Be more discerning about who you trust. She also says, when you're around people that are firm with their disagreement and they're firm with their no's, you can trust their yeses more. When you're around somebody that says, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I guess so. Sure. Then sometimes you don't know if their yes is just kind of patronizing. You know, we have this other relationship thing we do. Any Ted Lasso fans here? The TV show Ted Lasso? Well, Ted Lasso is a TV show from Apple. But one of the things he did with his wife was they had this word. And their particular word was Oklahoma. But you could use any word. You know, you could use transformed. You could just use that word. So well, let's go do an example. We'll use the word transform since that's right there. So you asked me to help you with something.
Yeah, would you help me make dinner tonight?
So how long do you think we'll be doing that?
Might be 45 minutes, hour.
Sure, I'd love to.
Oklahoma? Oh, transformed?
Not really. What you do is you use that word when you want the God's honest truth out of the person. So if they're patronizing you and you say Oklahoma or transformed, they have to be really true. They use it in the show, the God's honest truth.
Well,
so I was patronizing her. Sure, I'd love to help you, but she was like, I don't want you to do it unless you're really into it.
Well, he's pranking me all the time. So I love we say Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma because when he says something, he has to tell me what's the truth.
It does mess with pranks. I'm like, oh my God, we were supposed to be at the church an hour ago. Really? Yes. Oklahoma? No. So it's not good for a prankster. That's not a good thing. So all these tools, you know, I think about love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? I think about, it doesn't say be friends with all your neighbors. It doesn't say hang out with all your neighbors. Okay? You can love someone, or as Tupac says, I want you to have a wonderful meal, but not at my table. Because we have to set good, healthy boundaries. Another thing Brene Brown says about relationships is people that have good, strong, healthy boundaries can be the most loving, compassionate people. Why? Because they fill themselves up. They take care of themselves. And by taking care of yourself, you have more to offer others.
Right, right. How about the projector?
So, yes, we all have heard that since we're all God, and we're all the same part of God, we all are, we just incarnate in these individualized people, but really the truth of us is God. I like to think of it like this. Let's just call God the ocean, and this is also some Alan Watts material. If God is ocean, one mind, ocean, then sometimes some of these little drops will be like, oh man, this is awesome, but I'd like to kind of incarnate as K. So that little drop goes out and incarnates as K. Still God, but it's an actor in this movie, this adventure, this life. And then one day, boom, Kay won't be here. She'll just dissolve right back into God again. And so I like to think of it that way, that we're coming out and we're all God. So to some extent, the law of attraction has 8 billion people or so, plus all the other animals and forces on the planet creating divine order. The other day, I don't remember what it was, but we got lost. We got lost trying to find a restaurant. And so just as a joke, I said, it's my fault. It's my fault. I'm the one that wasn't watching my navigator. And she says, no, it's my fault because I told you the wrong place to go or whatever. I said, it's God's fault. She says, what do you mean? I go, we're all God, so everything's God's fault. It's not really fault, but it's divine order. It's all working together to get us where we're supposed to be whenever we're supposed to be. Ever have a plan? It worked out differently. You were so grateful. Yeah, thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's awesome. So that's kind of the thing we like to think of, is that we are one. We are one with God. That's who we are, but yet we are mirrors of each other. And I like to think of it like we have this projector on our head, and we're projecting. And then we see something that we projected that we don't like in the form of another person, and we get very, very triggered. If we see something we don't like in another person and don't get triggered, it means we have healed that. We're able to project all of ourselves out there into the world, and we've healed that area. If we see something we project on another person and we go, oh, that's not the place I want to be anymore, I'm not going to spend time with them. That's great. Oh, they're bad, they're horrible, I'm going to badmouth them. No, you're not healed on that part of you. You're not looking at that part of you in a healed way, in an accepting way, and so you're trying to take it out. I like to think of the mirrors. You know, you go in, let's say you have 6 mirrors in your house, and you wake up in the morning, and you just don't like the way you look. You get maybe some bags, your hair's all a mess, and you walk in front of the mirror, and you go, oh, I do not like that mirror. Hold on, I'm going to go in another room. Oh, my God, this one stinks as well. Who's done that in a relationship before and found out it was you? You know, it's you. It's always you. So let's talk a little bit about mirrors. Are we ready to go into that part of the talk?
Sure.
Okay. Did you have something you wanted to do right this? You're just going with the flow?
I'm just going with the flow.
Okay. So in my personal relationship, which is probably true of many of us, but I really kept looking for people that would love me unconditionally. I didn't get that kind of love growing up. Most of us did not get as much unconditional love growing up as my beautiful bride did. And I just wanted to find people that would give me that. And I found a little bit, but each time, at some point, I didn't feel safe and loved anymore. And so I said, there must be something wrong with them. They don't know how to love me fully, unconditionally. And then I'd go to another person or another group, especially in romantic relationship. And eventually the same thing would happen again. I would get disappointed and I would not feel unconditionally loved. And this happened, I guess, until like 1998, when I finally realized, after being in New Thought for 14 years, going to Science of Mind churches in Florida and Unity churches, they were called, Science of Mind and Religious Science. They wasn't Centers for Spiritual Living yet. But I was learning these principles, but it was mostly here it took it, 14 years before it kind of went down. They say the longest journey you'll ever take is from the head to the heart, and get it really in there where you're embodying that. And so I finally got it. Oh my goodness. I don't love myself unconditionally. I'm not safe with me. I don't take care of me. I see something that's good for me and something's bad for me, and the bad thing looks much more exciting. So I go there. So I'm not a good parent to Armand. And that's when I realized it. I started realizing, oh my gosh, I'm not being the man to me, the loving, nurturing, unconditional loving man to me. How can I expect my mirrors to look any different? And to me, this is kind of like what Captain Kirk said, the last frontier, really get in there and love ourselves unconditionally the way we've learned how to love our children and our parents and other people in the world. Learn to love ourselves that way. And so I wrote a song, and we will finish our message.
I have one more tool we can do after this song.
No, please do a tool. Please do a tool.
Okay, so this is the best tool for relationships.
Thank you for saying that.
So Armand says something to me, and I start to get a little heated, and then he continues, and I'm getting a little more heated, and now I'm like really angry. Always have water with you, because if you take a sip of water and keep it in your mouth, you cannot talk. And this is such a good tool, especially because we're driving all the time in the van, and I just take a sip of water.
You can't go outside and sit down when you're driving. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know where I learned that, but that is a really good tool to use.
Now, what if you're drinking and then I continue?
Oh, but then I hand him the cup so he can drink the water and keep it in his mouth. Yes.
I can't talk. Now, sometimes I miss the cue. I can be a little dense sometimes. So I'll miss the cue when I see her drinking a lot of water. I go, oh, she must just be thirsty. Once she hands the water to me, I get it. Oh. And then guess what? I get to do that little pause and reflect and see what's going on with me, see why I'm acting in this way. What is my internal GPS saying that I'm taking out on her rather than look at me and fix it on me? So this is a country song. Anybody like country music? I haven't written many country songs, but this is one of my very few country songs, because sometimes to get a lyric across just right, a country song is the best way to do it. So this is called Had to Be Somebody. Waiting for you to love me. I dressed up nice so you would see me. I did everything good to please you. I sang you a song so I could tease you. But I didn't know what to do to make you love me too, 'cause I had to be somebody you could love. Had to be somebody I had to see. Come on inside of me. Had to be somebody I had to be. Somebody you could trust. Had to be somebody. Instead of looking at you and you, I started looking at me to be somebody. I had to be somebody, yeah. Well, I've had those who said they loved me, 12 of them. They always held their hearts above me. But that all changed when I found you. I got married once before, she left me too. But I didn't know what to do to give my heart to you, 'cause I had to be somebody you could love. Had to be somebody I had to see. Your love inside of me. Had to be somebody I had to be. Somebody you could trust. Had to be somebody. Instead of looking at you, I started looking at me to be somebody. I had to be somebody, yeah. Change yourself and you'll change your world. Find yourself and you'll find that guy or girl. your heart out, baby. Can you imagine George straighten out a bit like this? I guess he wouldn't be straight no more, would he? Yeah. Woo! But now I found out what to do. It's gonna make you love me too. I had to be somebody you could love. Had to be somebody. Had to see your love inside of me. Had to be somebody. Had to be somebody you could trust. Had to be somebody. Instead of looking at you and you are turning looking at me to be somebody. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I had to be somebody. Woo! I had to be someone. Thank you. So is healthy relationship an oxymoron? It is not. We just have to be conscious about our choices and how we treat other people and recognize we are all God. Amen.
And take a sip of water every once in a while.
And now a word from Reverend Clyde, who 2.5 years ago was dressed up as a roller coaster ride for Thanksgiving or for Halloween when we were here on Halloween Sunday. Y'all remember that costume contest 2.5 years ago?
All right,
He
thank
forgot,
you.
but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I did like how you plugged in Michael Jackson in the song, because I like that Man in the Mirror song. That's one of my favorite songs, so thank you. All right, so now is the time. Well, first of all, I want to thank Angeline and Armand, so thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
I'm sure we've all learned a few things here. I'll just say that. All right, so now's the time to celebrate the abundance of our life and the abundance of our community. And so we are not passing around the offering plate. So if you would like to drop your tithe, donation, or gift into the drop boxes on the way over to Packey Hall, if you get a snack or in the back of the room or out in the bookstore, we appreciate all of your tithes and donations. So let's just say our giving affirmation together. I live in a consciousness of good. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is. So I want to remind you that Armand and Angelina are going to be doing a flute workshop right after service, and they also wanted me to let you know that they want everyone to have their music, so they offer their CDs and their books as a suggested exchange basis. So please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have the money right now. Okay, so they're going to be selling their music and their books and everything after service, and so please look for those items. And we have, I think, one more closing song after this, and then we'll break, and then we'll go to the bookstore or to the thrift store and buy stuff, right? And then we'll come back in here for the to the workshop. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reverend. Mary, would you share that statement you told me about flowers early? I would love to share that with the group. No, you can tell all of us, because it just made me feel good to hear that. The earth laughs in flowers. So if ever you're watching the news or anything like that and it starts to upset you, find a flower, look at it, and laugh with the earth. So thank you. I thought that was beautiful. So we're going to do day by day from Godspell. We are going to change the word Lord, even though Lord just means teacher. It's kind of a loaded word for a lot of us because we had it force-fed to us. So we're just going to say God. Dear God, 3 things I pray. So please stand if you would like to, because we're going to kind of have a little fun with this. Any Godspell fans out there? Oh, thank you, both of you. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear God, 3 things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, go.
Day by day. Day by day.
Dear God, I pray. We got it, Juliana. We got it going. Yeah. To see thee more clearly, day by day. Love thee more dearly. See thee more clearly. Love thee more dearly. Follow thee more dearly. Day by day. That's why we come here to get closer to each other. Day by 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 For anybody interested in learning the flute, but they think they don't have any musical talent, so they don't want to try it, you do not need that for the Native American 5-hole flute. Come with an open mind. You will be a flute player at the end of the class. Thank you all. Namaste.